So we thought we'd come on and do a live and answer a few questions that are out there that people are asking, and so we'll go straight into it. So tonight's live is myself and Elliot. Obviously, I think a lot of people know who I am, and a lot of people are asking questions on who's Elliot and where's Elliot, who's this guy now and what's going on. And for me, Raise the Colours is everybody, it's all of us, it's every community, it's every sort of, we're lucky enough, it's every sort of fraction and branch of Raise the Colours throughout the country. Harvey's just set a Raise the Colours up in West Sussex, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
West Sussex, absolutely brilliant. And
Dougie set one up, Raise the Colours Kidderminster.
Yeah, Dougie set one up, hasn't he? So he's got one in Kidderminster. And if everyone's coming under the banner, the main thing is, guys, that we go back and we'll sort of tell you from the start what me and Elliot's plan was, how we devised it, how we met. So me and Elliot are friends. We live in neighbouring villages, in lovely areas. Elliot's a businessman, a family man. I'm the same, and basically we come together because our area is a little bit woke, a little bit left, and at the end of the day, I love the flag. Elliot loves the flag, and a few like-minded guys where we live, just on the outskirts of Birmingham, are the same.
So to jump in, so originally there was three of us that set. We come together because we were conscious that the flag movement started in South Birmingham. The Wheelie Warriors and co, they were going full pelt at it. Some lads in Solihull doing it as well. The original people doing it a couple of years back.
GDA.
Yeah. So they were doing it. The Wheelie Warriors were doing it. Ryan and myself then teamed up with a few of the other local lads. We said, right, we'll have a good go at covering our area, which we've done extensively. But our concern was that as it was going through the back end of the summer, that the flag movement would die down, and obviously the darker nights were coming in, the colder weather. So we set raisethecolours.org.uk up to facilitate us keeping the movement going through the darker nights and through the winter. That's worked, obviously, because we haven't stopped. We've never relented. We've kept going. We've kept putting the flags up. We're out, 3, 4, 5 nights a week doing it.
I think it was down to the cherry picker, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We didn't want to give the cherry picker back.
Well, we had the idea then. We had the idea about doing Dover, didn't we?
Well, yeah, that come to light, didn't it?
We planned Dover. I don't know if anybody's seen the flag in Dover.
Before that, Glenn done. Glenn, who's another one of the main figures.
We did the big building in West Brom.
He done the big building in West Brom on the M5, so you could Google that. It's on there. There's a derelict mill, isn't it? Like an old mill. It's got scaffolding on it. It's had scaffolding on it for years. Glenn put a massive flag across there.
I was there. I did it with him.
Yeah, and it was. What did it say?
It Stop the boat, save our children.
Save our children at the bottom. Yeah. So that was on there, and we was like. The reaction from that was brilliant, and then we was like...
That went viral, that had 10 million views or something with Turning Point UK and Christ knows what, but so that was an incredible thing. So then we said, well, one of the most iconic images in the UK is the White Cliffs of Dover. So let's go and put a giant flag on the White Cliffs of Dover. So to give you some idea of the level of planning that we went into that, we drove down there the week prior. We hammered rebar into the ground to make sure it would go into the ground properly. We timed how long the walk was from the car park to the cliff edge. All this type of planning.
I think you was down there at 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. You got there at 6 o'clock in the morning the one morning. I think you left at 4, left earlier than that, half 3. And it was to get there to see, because that's the sort of time we planned to drop the flag. So we had the maximum. We didn't want to get the massive flag and someone go, you can't do that. So you got there early to see what the presence was.
Yeah, we wanted to know if we could do it. It's owned by the National Trust, or they manage it rather. So we wanted to make sure it was planned to perfection. And then 5 or 6 days later, we went there on the Friday the 12th of September, the day before Saturday the 13th, when the big march in London was on. And then we hung that big flag, which was a very difficult thing to do, but we managed to pull it off.
Scaffolding, rebar, all the chains, carabiners. Carabiners, that was one. There's the carabiners. So that was a bit of an in-joke with the boys. The boys will laugh at that. So I think there's about 10 of us that went down, didn't there?
There was, yeah. Two vans and a carload.
Yeah, 2 vans and a carload. And we went down and we formed a real bond from that day. And sort of from that day then, it started to evolve, didn't it? And
we always said there was a bigger goal, and our bigger goal was always to try and attempt to disrupt the boats coming in from France. That's the ultimate, that's the biggest and most contentious issue that this country has faced for all of our lifetimes, I would presume. And so pretty much from that point, we set about planning, going to France to intercept the boats and to disrupt the boats coming in.
It was always the end goal, wasn't it,
yeah.
France?
The first time we went to France, it was November the 6th. We planned it extensively, from like we said, from September, October. We planned it all the way through, and it took it wasn't done on a whim. It was done.
Well, let's go back to the flag. I mean, 'cause that was brilliant, wasn't it? We'd done the flag, and because of the UTK the next day, sort of the flag was told, oh, that could be AI or it could be, and it was a bit of a law with it. But how good that the 13th was. The 13th was amazing. It blew it all away. It was absolutely brilliant. So how good that was and how good the country come together. It was like, I think when we started then going more into doing the flagging in local areas, and then we was getting pictures, then we set up Raise the Colours between the 3 of us, and we got other groups involved, and we got the cherry picker van, which was like the next thing then, let's put them higher and higher, and then we done Sturchley, didn't we?
Yeah.
And Sturchley was when we all sort of united together then, and it was on then. We've then realised, us as normal fathers, brothers, husbands, whatever, we was normal people that realised that all the normal people that come down to the 13th basically, that worked as, bankers or lawyers or brickies or whatever you might be, we realised the real problem we had within our country, and it isn't a race thing, it's left thing. The left thing. Yeah.
I think it opened our eyes to the extent of the problem we face with the left, and how much they despise what we've been doing, but not just that, how much they despise the country itself.
They hate their country from within, don't they? Yeah. They hate the flag. They hate what the flag represented.
They hate our history.
Our history, yeah.
They hate what Britain stands for. And I've said this previously, we haven't got everything right over the years, but we've got a hell of a lot of stuff really right. And, Britain as a country is on the right side of history as far as I'm concerned. We've done ever such a lot of good. And these people on the left, for some reason, don't like that. And they, they're ashamed of the country they come from. They're ashamed of the country they live in. And they don't like us, and they hate us for us trying to, just bring a bit of identity back, bring a bit of patriotism back, and bring a bit of love for our country back. And
they're all about equality, and they're all about no borders and this, that and the other. And we know what they're all about. And for them to be in our face, like screaming, like the bloke with the tattoos, in down in Sturchley, and all the rest of it, you just think these guys are screaming in our face, saying that we're this, that and the other. And then the guy then next week puts a Palestinian flag in his window, and it's just like a constant wind up. It's now like, we went down to London the other week, didn't we? They had the Venezuela flag up, and everyone loves Venezuela now and hates Trump, and it's just, the left will just jump on the next thing. And we've had that with certain elements with what we're doing, and people jump on the next thing, but we're not a thing. Raise the Colours, which is now we've devoted our lives to it really, and our families have devoted their lives to it, and Raise the Colours is bigger than anybody and anything, because it's the flag of our country, and it's, you might not be a royalist, you might like Great Britain, but you might not like England, you might not, but from Raise the Colours and the flag and what we represent, and what we believe is right and what's wrong, we don't believe that our government's doing the job. We don't believe that previous governments have been doing the job. We think that our countries don't look after the people that pay the taxes in. We believe that they give everything to, the asylum, not the asylum crisis, the the illegal invasion crisis that we've got is just ridiculous. And then for people, the bottom line is now, from what we've done, I believe, at Raise the Colours, we've opened the eyes to a lot of things and a lot of people, and we're getting attacked by a lot of left. But it's been the most talked about thing, that what's going on with the boat crisis, and what we've done in the month of November has never been done. And if we've got a plan, we know what we're doing. As Elliot's just said about the plan from Dover, even from just putting a flag up, even from getting a cherry picker on hire, even from the way we operate and the way we do things the right way. And it's all about longevity. That's why we believe that, you know, there's not many flag movements across the country that have kept flagging throughout the winter. We've been out twice a week throughout the winter, whether it's doing maintenance, minimum, yeah, whether it's doing maintenance or whether it's all the fresh streets that we do. But what we do for the good of the people, for the communities, and for what we believe is right. If we can put a smile on people's face going to work in the morning to pay your tax to give to this country and this government, then I believe we're doing the right thing, and we're doing the right thing. And you know, there's luckily enough, there's channels now that are available like GB News, where Sky and the BBC would never have had us on ever, right? And GB News, they haven't had us on countless times. We was on twice in 1 week. They wouldn't have us on, people like myself and Elliot. You know, Adam Brooks, great guy. He's a speaker on GB News. He's a publican. He's a landlord. And he's a real person. And he really has got a couple of girls, misses, kids, family and a business, same as me and Elliot. And it's giving us, the public, the voice. The issue we've got is the middle class, liberal, white left. They hate people like us. They hate our country, and they're not in the real world.
I mean, both me and Ryan, we've had extensive death threats now over the last few months. I've had people turn up at my house. Ryan's had, horrible posts delivered to his house, threatening posts.
Stickers on lampposts of me all around.
Posting our addresses, places. I've had, people attacking my family online.
Birmingham Antifa. I'm going to name you all because I don't care.
Yeah.
But that fucker Wolf, whatever his name is.
Fucker Wolf.
Fucker Wolf.
There's
another one.
Everybody's tried to stop us in our tracks because we've had some momentum with what we're doing. And I'm just going to reassure everybody out there that's listening, we're not going to stop. Nothing is going to stop us with our ultimate goal. And our ultimate goal is we are going to stop the boats. Now, I know people are saying that, what's happening? We're not doing anything. We're not moving fast enough. Well, I'm just going to revert back to what I just said about Dover. We planned Dover perfectly and meticulously. We're doing the same with the operation of stopping the boats. This is probably, well, I would say not probably, this has never ever been done in the history of our country before what we're planning in here. This needs to be took very seriously. We cannot afford to put one person in harm's way. We cannot afford to have one person arrested. That's why it has to be done completely above board, completely legally. We're working through a meticulous, methodical plan, and we are going to achieve it. And I think by the end of March, not saying it's going to start at the end of March, we're going to be starting very soon with what we're doing. But I think by the end of March, we would have made such a significant impact on the illegal invasion of our country that we'll either have stopped them or the government would have to have stopped them on our behalf, because there's a plan that we obviously can't divulge to everybody.
Because of the left. And
the authorities and whoever else wants to listen to us. But this isn't a joke. This is dead serious. This is took over our lives, and
this ain't for clicks. This ain't for.
We're not monetised.
We're not
monetised.
bothered.
People are going on about donations that we've had. Apparently, had £250,000. It's absolute rubbish. I wish we had £250,000. I can assure you we haven't, and I can assure you of one other thing. It's going to cost a lot more than that to do what we need to do, because we are going to pay for all of the volunteers, as I've stated previously.
We've done forecasts. We've done predictions of where we're going to be at and what we're going to need, and it's all about longevity. We all want to stop the boats, right? We want to stop them forever. This can't happen. You think how much I mean, governments spend a fortune, everything's exaggerated, but you just work it out, guys, yourself. You know, I'm not a stupid guy. Elliot's not a stupid guy. We forecasted for what we're doing. We know how much it costs to go to France and how that works. We don't do it in our own vehicles. We do things the right way, and we do things properly, and we do things to point. And, you know, going back to that Dover flag, that was executed within precision to the minute. And that's how this needs to be.
Literally to the minute.
And we're talking now to the 5% that ruin it for everybody. Now, the 95% of you that we've got, and that I can happily say, I will stand shoulder to shoulder with you. You guys are professional. You're ex-servicemen, you're ex-military, you're police, you're the guy who's the scaffolder, the builder that runs his own gang, or whatever you might be. You've got a bit about you. It's the 5% that probably haven't even applied, that write all the stupid comments, that take up more time than ever. We're going to ignore you guys, and that's what we've been doing. So if it's not happening so quick, and if you want to jump on that bandwagon, it won't deter us from the end goal, because the end goal is what the end goal is, and we all know what that is.
We're not going to rush what we're doing to satisfy somebody's eagerness. Right, this has to be done properly. And we've had a slight hiccup this week with the server sending out all the emails. Every single person now should have received their email. You know, if you could confirm that in the comments, that'd be great. But you know, we're not techie people. We're employing the services of
hundreds
techie
of
people.
likes, hundreds of likes and hearts coming up. Brilliant. So
to
you're
help
receiving
us.
your emails, guys. I'm having personal inboxes to myself and text message off friends I know, and they have all sending their completion form saying got it. So you know, you understand why we're doing it like this, and it's you're putting your face on there. It's you. There's nothing to hide. We're doing nothing wrong. Our faces are going on there. We're doing nothing wrong. We're just fathers, brothers, husbands that have had enough, and we're going to do this the right way. And I thank the 95% that are staying with us, that are backing us, that realise, that aren't talking about, I bet you've had to, I mean, I'm not like grifters and stuff like that. I didn't even know what the word meant.
I didn't. I had to Google it.
We didn't even know what grifters meant. We're not grifters. Right?
Genuinely, we need them. Need more.
Yeah, I know. It's funny then where I could go, but we do not. People that are around us and people in the local villages where we live, that's why we can walk around and hold our heads up high, because we really don't need the money, and 250 grand wouldn't change our lives. And I don't want to sound big-headed, but, you know, and I'm not going any more further on that. There's nothing more to say. We haven't had £250,000, and if we did, we're not idiots. We'd file accounts for it, which would...
We will be filing accounts,
of course
obviously.
Yeah. And do you not read with our accounts, the amount of grief that these 5% that we have to deal with, these as good as lefties and the left. So you guys that are commenting and do ram our inboxes and do ram our outbox and all the rest of it, you are the problem, and you are the left, and you are why our country is in this mess for however long. Because let us get on with it. We know exactly what we're doing. We know we're going to get forensically
the level of scrutiny we've got on us currently, we can't afford to put one foot wrong.
Correct.
So we're not putting a foot wrong.
No.
Everything is being done to the letter.
And you're ruining that. When I say everything will be done Monday, it's not done Monday, it's done Tuesday. And the reason why is because we're dealing with the 5%. Because I've got to make sure when we get forensically examined by a forensic accountant, because that's what's going to happen with the amount of grasses and whatnot that are on here, when those people, see someone's putting in the comments now, like red flags above this person. So Michelle, we love you to bits. Michelle is a real patriot, and she's already inboxed me to say when she puts all reds, it's because it's the person above is slagging us in the comments. It's just... We're not.
I don't understand what are we doing wrong. We are putting ourselves offer and out there, right? We're putting ourselves on offer and out there for nothing other than for the love of our country.
And me and Elliot could be a statistic. Me and Elliot could sell up now and go and live abroad and go, brilliant. I could be living in a real nice drum with a couple of swimming pools, and I'd just go, oh yeah, England, that's finished, hasn't it? But you know what? I believe we are one of the last hopes. Because we could just pack up shop and go, and we're not going to do it because we love our country and we love the flag of our country, and we're going to give it a go, guys. So Don't believe all you hear. Don't believe everything else. Believe us. We know exactly what we're doing, guys, and we're not going to jeopardise everything. And if it takes that extra day, that's because we're dealing with that 5%. So don't worry, right? We know what we're doing, and we will deal with that 5%, guys, and we will answer the questions that we believe. We will answer everything at the end of the day.
This is our home. We've only got one.
Right?
We've got nowhere else to go. This is it. So we need to, try and preserve what we've got here, and that's what we're going to try and do together with your help, all of us.
We can't do it on our own, right? So we do need help. We can't do the flagging on our own. We can't do, but we can help. We're very clued up. We're organised. We've organised France. We've been there 10 times and had 10 successful times, right? I know what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything on a whim. I'm not just turning up somewhere and going, oh, look, what do you think of this? Let's have a look. Oh, I don't know if it'll work now. We're not idiots, right? We know what we're doing. We know we're going to be forensically examined. So let's get the £250,000 out the window. We haven't had it. It's a lie, okay? That's number one. I haven't pressed a wrong button. I've been robbed. That's a fact, okay? So think what you want to think. Believe what you want to believe, or don't. And just stick with us, okay? So let's get
anybody
that out
that doesn't
the room.
want to know, anybody that thinks we're grifting or lying or scammers, unfollow us happily. We're not interested in you. Anybody that genuinely thinks we're trying to make a difference and we're doing it for the good of the country and no other reason than that, please support us. Please share what we're doing.
Yeah, stick with us, guys, because we want the best.
As I said, the 250 grand, the supposed 250 grand, if we'd had it, really, in reality, isn't even going to touch the surface with the money that's required to facilitate this on an ongoing basis. We're not monetised. We're not doing it for clicks. And yes, we do need donations.
We're using Facebook as a platform now because we've got the most followers on here, right? That's why we need you to like and share and all the rest of it. We don't really go on all the other platforms, as you guys well know. We do like a little bit of Instagram. We go on X. X is a nightmare. I get slagged off. They're going into stuff about my children and all. And it's to stop us what we're doing. And I get it now. And I get the likes of, celebrities that go at the papers and this and that and the other. The papers, we was in every single newspaper last week. We was on the news 3 times. We was in every single newspaper slagging us off. We're not bad people. We love our country and we want to save our country, and that's what we're going to do. And yeah, if we have to crawl through shit on the beaches of Dunkirk, like we have done, we will do it. And if I have to get nicked, like I have done, we will do it. And if Elliot's up at 6 in the morning answering a load of lunatics, then we will do it. But Elliot's been here from day one. Elliot's been here from day one, from the very start, okay? And let's get that out the room, right? The 250 grand, we haven't had it, so let's get that out the room. And if we had it, we'll show you in the accounts and we'll put it to good use. Everything will go back into this country. Because if we can make this difference, guys, we can all live here in peace and harmony like we did in the 80s. We can all have a great life for our children. I won't be scared that my daughter was down the park tonight, which she was. I won't be scared that she sat in an internet cafe because she was doing her homework with all her friends because they're doing exams. It's scaring the shit out of me because I'm thinking, well, who sat next to her? What nutter is going to run in there and start slashing her the kids up? Right? We're all proper people. And the good thing for you guys at home is we're fathers and we're husbands and we really do love our country and we do really want to make a difference. And guess what? We're businessmen as well. So we half know what we're doing, right? And we don't need to do this, but we're doing it for the love of our country and for you guys. So that's what we're doing. I don't even know. There's hundreds of comments. I don't know if they're good, bad or whatever, and I don't really care. So back to positivity. And what we're going to do. We don't want to compromise anyone. We don't want to hurt anybody, and we don't want to get anybody arrested. So we have to do the vetting process like this. It's not a whim. It's not off the cuff. This is something nothing's happened before. We're going to do it the right way, guys. Okay? So,
we're dealing with thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people that are applying to help us. To get the IT infrastructure in place in a matter of, a few days, if not a couple of weeks, has been a really, really exhaustive process for us. We said the other day, we've been working on this 15, 16 hours a day, every day, 7 days a week. This isn't a joke. We're trying our very best there.
We're sat there all weekend till late on the night. And do you know what? How upset that we are, the people that are around us have like had it the same. And it's like the left just trying, the left and the so-called right-minded people that are as good as lefties, right? They try and cause a split within, and it's just not right, and it's not on. And I've had to do a load of phone calls this week with some people that are real nice people that I've got a lot of time for, that I don't want to have them phone calls. I'm a positive, happy-minded person, right? If I need to get stuck in, I'll get stuck in. If we need to get in the trenches, we'll get in the trenches. And if I need to, you know, get someone out the shit, like we got the Scousers out the shit the other night, you know, and we're all covered in whatever at the end of the night, then that's what we do. We're British, we're English, and we don't give up, and we ain't giving up, and we ain't stopping, right? You know, we could have likes of MI5 and stuff like that. It's ludicrous what's going on, and all we want to do is save our country. So we need the backing of you guys, we need the love and support of you guys, and we're going to get to that end goal, aren't we, Al?
We are, and we are going to stop the boats, point blank. It is going to happen. There's not a shred of doubt in either of our minds that what we're going to achieve. We're going to do it. We need everybody's help and we need everybody's support. And between us, we'll do it together, won't we?
Yeah, bloody right we will, mate. You know, we don't question ourselves, because I know we can just bounce and we just back each other. And whatever gets in between and tries to get in between at the cross of St. George and the Union flag of our country, we won't stop, guys. No one's bigger than the flag, and no one's bigger than the cause. And it's all about the cause, and it's all about what we do and how we conduct ourselves doing it. And if you're right-minded, stick up for people that are right-minded. Don't be on there slagging us because you're as good as a lefty if you do. And that's it, really.
So, while we're talking about grifting, I'm just going to plug what we've done, because if nobody wants to donate, you can buy a t-shirt or a baseball cap
and
instead.
Get something back for it.
Yeah.
Don't donate. We're not bothered.
Right. But you can.
And the way it's going, right, like we've said, you know, we just do it ourselves anyway. We've got people around us. We started it all ourselves, and we know
we financed all of this ourselves at the start.
Do you know how gutted? Yeah, we did. And do you know how gutted I am that the French want to write that 10 men from Raise the Colours cannot travel to this country. For what? For showing
doing their job for them.
Did you see what we've done wrong? So no, we're not stopping. We're not stopping, but we're not going to do anything in haste or rash or whatever you want to say. We're not going to do anything like that.
So if you want to buy a baseball cap or a beanie hat or a hoodie, it's raisethecoloursofficial.com.
Yeah, I'll put a link in the bio.
If you can do it.
Not if I can do it. Right, there's nothing else, is there? Has anybody got any questions? Let me have a look. No. Someone's brought a coffee mug. Happy days. Yeah, it is all about protecting the females, and that's what it's all about, to be protecting the kids.
This is for God, country, and our families.
Yeah, it is. It's for our families, guys. So just stick it out, stick with us. People that know, and the people that have backed us know. I just want to say, you know, look at the people tonight in, for example, Crowborough. Gutted, absolutely gutted. But guess what? That month we stopped 650, so we probably stopped, you know, another town getting what they've had. But it's not till it hits the town next to you that you're going to realise, guys. Stick with us. We know what we're doing, and we're good people. So that's it. We're coming off.
Good night. God bless.
Good night. God bless.